Pilates ab workout. So we're gonna be focusing on our core strength, but we're gonna hit a lot of other things while we're at it. Get on your knees, take off your shoes, play some nice music, and let's do this. Beginning on all fours position, we're going to extend one leg out behind us and the other arm out in front of us. So opposite leg to arm. Find a moment of stillness here as you bring your core in, and then we'll begin to crunch knee to elbow and extend back out nice and slow, nice and controlled. 4 more, and extend. Belly button to spine for 3. Really reaching those fingers and toes opposite direction. You've got this. You're doing great. Extending it out, working on your balance here. And last one, we're going to hold this one out. Really feel that lengthening. And we're going to begin to tap down and reach up. That's it. Just tapping the mat with your toe in your hand and lift. Keeping everything else as still as possible. Shoulders square, hips are square. Head and neck are in alignment. And holding here. We're going to place that hand down and we're going to come into an oblique move where we bring that knee around to the elbow and then bring it back to attitude. Around to the elbow and then back to attitude. Really awakening our lower back, our side body, and our core in these moves. And then we're going to bring it right to the other side. So extending your other arm out, your other leg out, finding a moment of stillness before you begin to crunch in and extend out. Good, 4 more. Crunch in and reach. 3. You've got this. Last 2. Perfect. And 1. Holding it out, we're going to come into our taps, tapping opposite arm and leg down and up, keeping everything else as still as possible, really finding control in that balanced core. And good, you're going to place that front arm down, bring the knee around to the same elbow, and then back to attitude. Attitude just means that it's bent behind you, it's ballet terminology. And back around. Good. Really lengthening as you push that leg back. And bring it back down to start. Great job. We're going to bring those legs in front of us, extend our toes out, and we're going to come into some Pilates style roll-ups. So reaching our hands toward our toes, finding a nice stretch, lifting back up to neutral spine, and then rounding until you can't go any farther, and then lifting straight back up. Lift, reach down to your toes. Good, little variation on this move today. Lifting it up and rounding back down through your spine, rounding. Hands come up overhead. Use your core to lift you back up, keeping those toes flexed. Feeling a lengthening behind the legs, through the hamstrings, back of the knees, calves, Achilles tendons, and feel that core engage as you roll back down. This is setting you up for all of the moves to come, getting your core really invited to the party here. Reaching back toward your toes and lifting up, and then bringing it back down slow until you can't go any farther. And rolling back up, reaching toward those toes, bringing back up to neutral, and rolling back through the spine. Great work, you're doing so good here. Really feeling those core muscles firing now. As we work into that set, you really feel it toward the end. Let's go ahead and bend those knees, hold on behind them, just at the lower part of the thigh, and we're going to lift up through our chest, arch our back, and then round out and bring it into a nice boat pose. Lifting up, arching, lifting those feet up off the mat, rounding the spine, And coming into that boat pose. Good, extending up, arching tall, 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 lifting through the chest, through the neck, and then rounding through the spine, scooping that belly button in, really feeling that activation and flattening of the belly. Lifting up again, extend, arch, and now round, drop, lifting those toes off the mat. Releasing your hands if that's within your practice today. Bring it back up and arch. Bring it back down and round. And extend those arms out. I really wanted to be with you guys with my voice today, talking you through everything. So if you hear my baby in the background, that's because he hangs out with me. So just know that we are here with you, walking you through this workout, coming into single leg taps now, staying in that boat pose, tapping alternate toe. Good. If this is not within your practice today, you can just come to that boat pose and hold. Lifting, lifting. Good. Bringing those knees right back up to meet each time. Keeping that belly button curled in. And we're going to come into double leg taps. So you guys, this one is a challenge. You can always go back to that last variation. Arms are extended up overhead. You're feeling it through your quadriceps here as you extend those feet. Nice active hands here, reaching up to the sky. Feel that energy, and you are done with those. Great work. Let's go ahead and lay down on our back now. Bring our knees into our chest. Give it a little stretch and get ready for our knee pulls. So we're going to breathe in and then breathe out. Shh, shh. Little double pull. Shh, shh. Double pull. Shh, shh. Now you can do this as I'm doing with my shoulder blades lifted off the mat, or you can keep your head down on the mat. If this is your first time doing it, maybe choose that version. Bring those knees to the chest, release your head and neck, give it a little roll side to side. You can even wiggle your spine a little bit. We're going to extend those legs up overhead and go into straight leg pulls. So again, lifting that chest up if it feels good. Double pull, breathing. Shh, 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 shh. I should retract that comment. It might not feel good, but if it feels like you can stay in control of your core without pushing your belly button out, but still lift those shoulders up, I want you to take that variation today. Hugging those knees into the chest. And we're going to go ahead and place our hands under our glutes, and we're going into our drawbridge. So heels flex as they drop down, point as they come up. Flex as you drop down, and point your toes as you come up. Looking good here. Again, keeping that core actively grounded. So really pulling that belly button down. Nice work. You're almost there. Let's bring our hands behind our head, bend our knees into tabletop position, and we're going to come into our slow bicycles. Bringing opposite elbow across the body, really twisting through your spine. This is a great detoxifying movement as we twist and then release. Twist and then release, nice and slow. Okay, and we're going to bring our knees up into tabletop position next, releasing our hands, bringing them out to reach in front of us, lifting our head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat, and you guys know what's coming up. These are our 100s. We're going to start breathing. Shh, 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 as we pump our arms. Shh, 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 shh. Good, keep breathing. We're going to do 100 breaths here. You can extend those legs out long if that feels good for you. For me to control my core at this point today in my practice, I'm keeping my knees slightly bent. You choose what's right for you. You could even keep your feet grounded if you are just starting with this movement. Lifting that head and neck off the mat. Good. Keeping a little apple under your chin. You don't want to tuck your chin in too deeply. Just tuck it slightly as if you're holding a little apple there. Pump, 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 and release. Good. Hug those knees into the chest. Great job. Now that was your 10-minute mat Pilates.